I ran the same AI agent on make.com and self-hosted n8n for 30 days. The winner wasn't decided by features. It was decided by one line on my invoice. If you're stuck in the make versus n8n debate, drowning in ops counters and wondering which one won't bankrupt you at scale, you're asking the wrong question. I'll show you the exact workload, the exact numbers, and the break-even day where no code stops making sense. Most creators comparing these tools have never run a real production volume through either. I run this daily for clients. Let's start with the trap nobody flags. Here's the setup. A small operations team wanted a Gmail triage agent. Incoming email hits an inbox. An AI classifier tags it. Urgent stuff gets pushed to a Telegram channel. Everything else gets logged, drafted, or ignored. 6 nodes. Trigger, fetch, classify with an LM, route, notify, log. That's it. Boring, useful, and exactly the kind of workflow every solo founder and small agency ends up needing within their first year of using AI. Volume matters here, so hold on to this number. The inbox gets around 800 events per day. Call it 24,000 events per month. That's not enterprise scale. That's one busy founder or a small support desk. Completely realistic. I built this workflow twice. Once in make.com as a scenario, exactly the way every no-code tutorial on YouTube tells you to. Once on a self-hosted n8n instance running on a home server I already own. Same 6 nodes. Same LM calls. Same Telegram bot. Same Google Sheets log. Identical behavior end to end. Now the trap. Make.com doesn't charge you per workflow run. It charges you per module operation. Every single node that fires counts as one op. My 6-node scenario, running once per email, burns 6 ops per email. Do the math. 800 emails times 6 nodes equals 4,800 ops per day. Times 30 days, that's roughly 144,000 ops per month. Go look at make.com pricing. The core plan gives you 10,000 ops for $29. Blown past that on day 2. The pro plan gives you 40,000 ops for $99. Blown past that on day 9. To actually run this workload legitimately on Make, you're stepping into the Teams plan, roughly $300 a month. And even that you'll burn through if the inbox has a busy week. That's before you add a second workflow, a second client, a second use case. Same workflow on self-hosted n8n. $0 marginal cost. It runs on a machine I already own, sipping electricity. If you don't have a home server, a $6 a month Hetzner VPS handles this workload without breaking a sweat. I've tested it. CPU sits around 8% under load. The break-even point against Make's Pro plan happens on day 11. Against the Teams plan, day 3. After that, every day is pure margin. And this is the part that gets ignored in every Make versus n8n comparison video I've ever watched. Nobody runs the unit economics. They compare drag-and-drop interfaces and integration counts and which one has a prettier logo. Meanwhile, the actual buyer, the founder trying to automate their business, gets a card charge in month 2 that makes them quit automation entirely. So let me be honest about the trade-off, because I'm not here to bash Make. Make is the right choice in specific situations. If you're under 5,000 ops per month forever, Make is cheaper than the time it takes you to maintain a self-hosted stack. If you're building a workflow, you'll hand off to a non-technical client who needs to see the visual scenario. Make wins. If reliability and uptime matter more than cost and you don't want to babysit a VPS, Make wins. Those are real, valid cases. But the moment your workflow crosses 5,000 ops per month, or you're running multiple workflows for multiple clients, or you're building anything with a per-item loop, you're renting compute at roughly 20 times the market rate. That's not a tool problem. That's a pricing model problem. Make's business depends on you not doing this math. Here's the decision framework I actually use before quoting any automation project. Step 1. Count the nodes in the workflow. Step 2. Estimate the trigger frequency per day. Step 3. Multiply, that gives you ops per day. Multiply by 30. Multiply, that gives you ops per day. Compare against Make's plan tiers. If you land above 40,000 ops per month, self-hosted n8n or a coded solution wins on cost every single time. If you land under, Make is fine and probably faster to ship. Do this before you pick the tool, not after. I've watched founders burn 3 months building on Make, hit the wall, and have to rebuild everything on n8n or in Python because the build got out of control. That migration is painful. The classifier prompts don't port cleanly. The error handling logic is different. The retry semantics are different. You end up rewriting the workflow anyway, on top of paying for the months you spent on the wrong platform. If this is the kind of workflow you want running in your business, but you don't want to figure out the ops math, the migration, or the self-hosting, that's exactly what we do at BizflowAI.io. Go see the real automations we ship for clients. While you're here, hit subscribe and ring the bell so the next breakdown lands in your feed, because the next one gets into the exact hybrid stack. And if you already have a workflow bleeding you dry on ops, book a free 30-minute discovery call at BizflowAI.io and we'll run the numbers with you.